gangsterism?
Ma'am, it's been an ongoing problem in the Wentworth and surrounding areas of the year. This drug warfare, random killings, and young people. It's destroying our youth. Innocent people are being shot for drive-by shootings in what is going on. The people are now up in arms. They're beginning now to get together and stage demonstrations. We've had one peaceful demonstration so far. Uh, Second killing now, again, over this weekend, a shooting, a stabbing in Woodville Road. Our cop station just cannot deal with it. Last night, there was a shooting also in Omoro Road. It seems to be an ongoing thing right now, and I don't think our police force in Wentworth is strong enough when it comes to manpower to deal with this over here. We need intervention. We need extra cops. If you look at the ratio of the cops in Wentworth, we're not going to win this battle with them. The community now has got to do something about it.
You're a pastor, and undoubtedly you work closely with the community and very especially young people. And it's really these disillusioned young people, possibly unemployed, and are hooked into drugs and crime. How do you believe the community can band together? Demonstrations do play a small part in making people aware that there's a huge problem in a particular area, but more needs to be done. What do you believe needs to be to be done, and how can you mobilize this action?
One of the things that can be done and will be very helpful is if people talk up. What we have is crime is committed, people are shot, people see who is involved, but they will not talk. We talk on social media, we talk on all other platforms, we know what cars were used, we know who the occupants are sometimes, but when they've got to come forward and give a statement to keep these guys behind bars, we just losing that battle. So my advice to our community is, okay, demonstrations are good. You've got a voice in which you air your views and your hurts and your trouble that you're going through. But we need our people in Wentworth to come together and stand up for the truth. If you see something that is wrong, speak out against it. When it comes to unemployment, which is a major factor in Wentworth, we have a lot of these big business guys in the area, especially our own people, colored guys who own big businesses. And I believe it's about time that they started employing our youth, get our youth off the streets. We started a project on our own, a few pastors, where we're working with a registered company. I won't name the company right now, where we're going to be training young people on a few courses for free. The first batch will go in maybe next week, and hopefully we'll at least dent some of the negative views about Wentworth. But our people need to wake up. They need to talk up and name and shame these guys. And the parents of these people that are committing these crimes must start standing up against them and stop shielding them. That's our main problem over here.
I think you raise a few very pertinent issues. One of them being you wanting people to speak up, but I
Yeah.
presume they're scared. They're afraid that if they do speak up, they're next on the list, or their loved ones would be then hurt or killed. Because obviously, you're talking about gangsterism, you're talking about drug lords, you're talking about turf wars, and that is a very, very dangerous area to be in. So clearly,
Yeah.
people fear for their lives and the lives of their loved ones.
Look, I'll be honest with you. There come the time when you got to stand. We've stood up for truth. My church was petrol bombed at one time.
Sure.
Okay, because of the stand that we took against the scourge in Wentworth over here, and we're still standing up for the truth over here. I'll be honest with you. I'm going on air. I'm not afraid to say it. There's no big gangsters in Wentworth. There were gangsters in Wentworth. I respected them. We grew up in Wentworth. We all try the same trick. But what's going on right now is that these big, I won't call them drug lords. It's a good name, Lord. They drug scum. Okay? They're using young people, giving them guns, young youth of our community, giving them guns, making them drive around in flashy cars and telling them who to shoot. But they don't do the work themselves. They're giving young people, and the parents of these young people must start reining their kids in. Because they can see
Sadly,
which direction their kids are going.
sadly, these young minds are so easily conditioned,
Yes,
and when they have no solid interest, or if they're not gainfully employed or skilled or occupied, they are going to be drawn into this dark world of drugs and guns and killing, etc. Um, can you, I see you are with the CPF, so you are in a position to engage more closely with SAPS and other such organizations.
yes.
Is that not a possibility going forward? What
We,
about trying to get these youngsters also involved with the CPF, make them feel good and important about themselves?
yes, we've got a CPF youth desk that our social crime department is working on. We've got another department that I work with, which is called MCCPA. I'm the chairperson over there. It's called the Meerwen Community Crime Prevention Association. We started a project, like I just told you, where we try to get young people employed. A company in our area is wanting to train young people in fire safety and welding for free. We've started the first intake of people, but due to COVID restriction, they could not start immediately. But as soon as our president lifts the sanction, they will go in and they will learn for free. And I'm praying that the company we're working with will do this year at a continuous basis, trying to get our young people off the street and train them and give them employment.
Good on you. How long has this problem been persisting in the area? And are there any good news stories? Do you see improvement? Do you have hope that you can overcome this issue around gangsterism and drugs?
Yes, I believe we can. We've done it. There was gangs in Wentworth, and I mean real gangs. Not these guys that are around just shooting people at random. I'm talking about gangs that stood and faced each other and fought man to man. That's gangsterism, not drive-by shootings. That's not gang. That's how we won the battle over them. We've managed to engage with them as pastors and community members and NGOs, NPOs got together. We've initiated peace between two very big gangs in Wentworth. Up to today, they're not fighting. We are working with the other guys at the moment right now. Wentworth's a beautiful place to live in. I've lived here for practically 3/4 of my life. I would never share out of Wentworth. There's an element of negativism in Wentworth when it comes to these young people shooting people and being told what to do. The rest of Wentworth is a lovely place to live in. Together, we can achieve. We can win this battle. If we work together, we can win this battle.
Good on you, and I do hope and pray that you win the battle sooner rather than later. And
yes.
I think in closing, all I can say is that the entire community of Wentworth do need to come together, all parents, and let that very strong message get through to their youngsters. And if the youngsters are not gainfully occupied, make sure try and roll out as many upskilling programs and development programs that you possibly can. Let's get our children off the streets, and let's make them realize that their lives are worth more than just driving by and shooting and drugging.
Honestly.
Keep up the good work. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
My pleasure. That was Pastor Donovan Anderson. He's also the chairperson of the CPF in Wentworth, and obviously talking about the problems they're facing as a township. And undoubtedly, this is happening all around the country, but we hope and pray that common sense does prevail. Our streets need to be cleaned of gangsterism and drugs. 8:29 exactly, time for an ad break, and when we come back, we'll be talking with Ricky Naya about the situation in the Mayfair West area, trying to muzzle the Masajid's broadcasting of the